Welcome, everyone. We will get started in about 2 minutes for people to trickle in before we start today's webinar. Thank you. Welcome again, everyone. We're getting started in about 1 minute for people to join. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to our July All-Stakeholder Webinar for the Summer EBT program known as Sunbox. My name is Shanshan Chen, and I'm one of the analysts on the Sunbox team. A gentle reminder that the CDSS currently prohibits artificial intelligence or AI tool use. CDSS partners and affiliates must adhere to CDSS data protection and privacy guidelines when interacting with AI and machine learning tools during CDSS meeting sessions. We ask that all participants refrain from using AI note-taking technology during the webinar today, and any AI note-taking tools identified during the webinar will be removed. Next, I will go over our meeting controls and a few housekeeping slides. Next slide, please. As noted on the slide, this webinar is held in listen-only mode. The meeting invitation provides the option to connect to audio via phone or computer, depending on your preference. The webinar will be recorded. As soon as the recording becomes available, you may follow the YouTube link on the Sunbox webpage or go to the CDSS YouTube website to access the video recording. Next slide, please. While this webinar is in listen-only mode, you can ask about the program and today's content by using the Q&A section. To do so, select the Q&A button located on the toolbar at the bottom of your screen. You're welcome to submit a question at any time during the webinar, and they will be collected and answered at the end of the webinar during our Q&A session. Next slide, please. We also offer the chat feature in addition to Q&A. Please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat, share your name, location, and organization if applicable. Note that when using this feature, you have the option to select everyone, which is the default, or to select a specific participant to send your chat to. If you're having any logistical issues, you can use the chat function to ask for support from one of our co-hosts, Eddie Cho, who is handling logistics today. You can go to Meeting Controls, select Eddie Cho in the drop-down, type in your logistic question and hit Enter. Eddie will respond and provide you with an answer to your question. The chat feature is to be used for logistical questions only. All program-related questions should be asked in the Q&A section so we can better keep track of, respond to, and document the questions. Next slide, please. In today's webinar, we will provide a brief background and an overview of Sunbox for those who are not familiar with the program. We'll also share information about our 2026 program implementation, talk about the 2026 outreach campaigns, share 2026 program data, and go over our customer service efforts. And as always, we'll provide some time for questions and answers and share information for our next webinar. With that said, I'll hand it over to Bernardo to talk about the Sunbucks basics. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Shan. Hello, my name is Bernardo, and I'm an analyst on the Sunbucks team. Let's go over the Sunbucks program. Next slide, please. As always, we'll start by defining key terminology that will be important for the upcoming slides. This section serves as a refresher for returning attendees and helps new participants better understand the Sunbucks program. To qualify for Sunbucks, a child must attend a school that participates in the National School Lunch Program or School Breakfast Program, NSLP or S-BP. These federal programs, overseen by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and administered by the California Department of Education, provide meals to students at eligible schools. Schools operating NSLP or SBP are required to offer free or reduced price meals to children who meet eligibility criteria. Another term we may refer to throughout this presentation is the Summer Operational Period, or SOP. For California, the 2026 SOP runs from June 1st through August 31st, 2026. The Department of Education reviewed school calendars and found that over 90% of California schools are on break during this time. In California, the compulsory age to attend school for children is ages 6 through 18. So when we say school age, we are referring to children between the ages of 6 and 18. Lastly, you will hear CEP or Provision 2 schools. CEP stands for Community Eligibility Provision School. CEP or Provision 2 schools allow the nation's highest poverty schools and districts to serve breakfast and lunch at no cost to all enrolled students without collecting family applications. Next slide, please. So what are Sunbucks? Sunbucks is a program that helps families with school-age children buy groceries during the summer months when kids don't have access to school meals. Each eligible child receives a lump sum of $120 in benefits, which are loaded onto a Sunbucks Electronic Benefits Transfer Card, or EBT card. The card image is shown on the screen. Families can use the Sunbucks card like a debit card to purchase food such as fruits, vegetables, meat, whole grains, and dairy at grocery stores, farmers markets, approved online retailers, and other places that accept CalFresh benefits. Families cannot use Sunbucks on hot foods, pet foods, cleaning or household supplies, personal hygiene items, or medicine. As an important reminder, families receiving Sunbucks can also participate in other food assistance programs such as CalFresh and summer meal programs. Next slide, please. This is what we call the Sunbucks ABCs of eligibility, which outline the ways a child can qualify for Sunbucks. Groups B and C, shown in the kiwi green color on the right, are automatically enrolled through Streamline certification. These include children who received CalFresh, CalWORKS, or Medi-Cal, certified at or below 185% of the federal poverty level. Some are identified by their school as foster care, homeless, migrant, or runaway, or children certified for free or reduced price meals through direct certification or categorical eligibility. Group A, shown in the mango orange color on the left, is a much smaller group. These children are not Streamline certified and must apply by submitting an NSLP school meal application or universal benefit application. also known as UBA. All children with approved NSLP meal applications or UBAs on file during the 2026 period of eligibility will get a Sunbucks card in the mail. Please be aware that some children who receive Medi-Cal may still need to apply, as we'll explain next. Next slide, please. An important distinction must be made for California's Universal Meals Program, or UMP. UMP provides free school meals to every child regardless of income. The key distinction is that getting a free meal is not what makes children automatically eligible for Sunbucks. Children are only automatically eligible for Sunbucks if they are certified as income eligible for federal NSLP or S-EBT. UMP participants will need to submit a school meal application or UBA with their child's school by August 31st, 2026 to apply for a 2026 Sunbucks card if they do not meet the criteria for Group B or C in the eligibility slide discussed earlier. Next slide, please. Not all children receiving Medi-Cal are automatically eligible for Sunbucks. This is because federal rules stipulate that to be automatically eligible for Sunbucks, families must be certified with a household income at or under 185% of the federal poverty level. While many Medi-Cal recipients meet this criteria and are automatically eligible for Sunbucks, not everyone getting Medi-Cal qualifies. For example, if a child getting Medi-Cal does not get CalFresh or CalWorks and is not approved for FRPM, they might not be eligible automatically. We recommend for the family to apply if they want to get Sunbucks. And to apply, families must submit either a school meal application or a UBA to their child's school. We'll provide more information about the application on the next slide. Next slide, please. Families must submit Sunbucks applications directly to the child's school or school district. There are two different application forms that families can submit to get Sunbucks, depending on what school their child goes to. For children attending a CEP or Provision 2 school, families should submit a UBA. CEP schools are the nation's highest poverty schools, where all children are automatically eligible for federally funded free school meals without submitting an application. However, these children still need to have their Sunbucks eligibility determined, and that is why California created the UBA form. For children attending all other schools participating in NSLP or S-EBT, families should submit a school meal application. While a school meal application is technically an application for federal free or reduced price school meals, all students who are eligible for the federal FRPM program based on family income are also eligible for Sunbucks benefits. This means that the school meal application essentially doubles as a Sunbucks application. If families are unsure about what type of school their child is attending, they should ask their child's school directly about which form to use. The deadline to apply for Sunbucks 2026 is August 31st, 2026. Any application submitted after that date will only be considered for 2027 benefits. Next slide, please. The UBA form is available for CEP and Provision 2 school students in multiple language on the California Department of Education website. We will share a link in the chat. The webpage also includes instructions for schools on how to process UBAs. Schools can download the UBA template and make the UBA available to their students. Families must submit UBAs directly to their child's school or school district. No application should be sent to the California Department of Education, California Department of Social Services, or county welfare offices. Only individual schools and school districts can process UBAs. When determining Sunbucks eligibility for UBA applicants, applicable income eligibility guidelines for reduced price meals apply. These guidelines are posted online and we'll share a link in the chat. As we mentioned earlier, families can start submitting UBAs now for 2026 Sunbucks benefits. Next slide, please. Please note that families can only use their Sunbucks cards after setting up a personal identification number, also known as PIN. Folks can follow the PIN setup instructions that come with the card. For enhanced security, we encourage families to download the free EBT Edge mobile app to create a PIN and learn how to protect their benefits. The EBT Edge mobile app icon is depicted here on the slide. This tool provides enhanced security features, including the ability to create or change a card PIN, check when the benefits were loaded onto the card, check the card's balance, and freeze or unfreeze the card. For more info, go to the EBT website and we'll post a link in the chat. As a reminder, the official EBT Edge mobile app is free. California will never charge people to access this app. Next slide, please. The Code of Federal Regulations requires that benefits be removed 122 days from when benefits are loaded onto the card. Benefits cannot be reloaded to cards once they have been removed. Therefore, families should not wait to set up their PIN or spend their Sunbucks. Families who get both CalFresh and Sunbucks should prioritize using Sunbucks. Families may use the free EBT Edge mobile app if they would like to know their card expungement date. The EBT Edge app shows the date the benefits were loaded onto the card. From there, families can add 122 days to figure out the expungement date. And for further assistance, families can also call the Sunbucks helpline at 877-328-9677. With that said, I'll send this to Nathan.
Thank you, Bernardo. Hello, everyone. My name is Nathan Nguyen, and I'm an analyst on the Sunbucks team. Now, we'd like to share information on our 2026 program implementation. Next slide, please. Due to the high volume of eligible children in California, Sunbucks card issuances have continued to occur in 2 stages for the 2026 program year. Stage 1 covers the kids in groups B and C who are Streamline certified. Sunbucks cards in Stage 1 go out based on the child's last name in alphabetical order. All Stage 1 families have received their cards, totaling more than 3.5 million cards from late May to late June 2026. Stage 2 issuances start in June after Stage 1 issuances were complete. This stage addresses new eligibility determinations made during the summer operational period. These issuances include kids who became newly eligible through CalWorks, CalFresh, and Medi-Cal with a household income at or below 185% of the federal poverty level, or through newly approved universal benefit applications or school meals applications. This stage will also include any new issuances as a result of customer service inquiries. Next slide, please. Our CDSS Sunbucks website is a great resource for anyone who needs the most up-to-date information about the Sunbucks program. You can visit the website by clicking on the link in the chat or by scanning the QR code on the screen. The website covers information including what is Sunbucks, who is eligible, how to get Sunbucks, how to submit a dispute, frequently asked questions, other food and resources, and a page specifically for our partners, which we will discuss more on the next slide. The website also provides quick links and other nutrition resources, including summer meal program and other food assistance programs. Next slide, please. The partners page is shown on the screen. We will also share the link in the chat. We encourage all our partners to actively utilize and share the resources found on this page, which includes flyers, infographics, newsletters, recordings, and PowerPoints of our previous webinars, and much more. A special note, we just published the May 2026 quarterly newsletter to our partner resources page. Be sure to check it out. We thank you for your continued collaboration and support. Next slide, please. It's important to help families stay informed about the Sunbucks program. Therefore, as part of the 2026 program outreach efforts, we have created a series of flyers and published them on our CSS Sunbucks website. We will share the link to this page in the chat. On this slide, you can see two examples of flyers, including the general information flyer for Sunbucks 2026 and the flyer for CEP schools to distribute. Apply for Sunbucks, a summer nutrition program for children. We also have these flyers in multiple languages available on our website, as seen from the screenshot on the right side of the slide. These flyers are ready to use, completely free, and we encourage all our partners to use any flyers that you feel will be helpful to the people you serve. Next slide, please. And on this slide, you can see two other examples of flyers, including the Pin Your Sunbucks card before your benefits expire flyer, and some families getting Medi-Cal may need to apply for Sunbucks flyer. These flyers are available in multiple languages on our website, as seen from the screenshot on the right side of the slide. Again, please feel free to access and distribute them with your served populations. Next slide, please. We also have 2026 program infographics for our partners to use, including those for the Update Your Address, Some Families with Medi-Cal May Need to Apply, Pin Your Sunbucks card, and expungement campaigns. These infographics are available in multiple language versions and serve as templates for our partners to create posts on their social media platforms. On this slide, you can see an example of the Update Your Address infographic. The template comes with an eye-catching image, the text to be included, and a brief description. Our community partners can see Sunbucks-related social media posts using these elements. Again, what you see here is only one example. You can access all the other infographics on our CSS Sunbucks website, and we'll share the link in the chat. Next slide, please. During our previous webinar, we had attendees from schools and school districts asking questions about the Universal Benefits application, processing and verifying applications. So we asked our partners at the California Department of Education to provide related information and resources. You can find them listed on this slide, and we will also share the links to these resources in the chat. The first stop for anyone who needs to learn about the Sunbucks program is to access the video recording of this CDE Sunbucks webinar hosted in March 2026. You can also refer to CDE's Sunbucks webpage, CDE's 2026 Guide to Conducting Verification, and CDE's 2026 Verification Fact Sheet. With that said, I will hand it over to Bernard to go over our 2026 outreach efforts. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Nathan. For the next few slides, we'd like to share our outreach campaigns for Sunbucks 2026. Next slide, please. We launched an automated messaging campaign called Your Child's 2026 Sunbucks Card is Arriving Soon, which notifies families to expect their Sunbucks 2026 cards in the mail. This message is sent to each family when their card is mailed. This campaign started on May 18th, 2026, and as of July 17, 2026, we have sent over 1.7 million automated messages, including over 1.4 million emails and 300,000 texts. Next slide, please. We also launched an automated messaging campaign called Pin Your Card Before It Expires, which aims to remind families to pin their Sunbucks 2026 cards and to use their benefits before they expire. This campaign started on June 30th, 2026, and as of July 17, 2026, we have sent over 318,000 automated messages, including 219,000 emails and 98,000 texts. Next slide, please. Our CDSS social media platforms, including Instagram, X, and Facebook, also have posts about Sunbucks. You can see two posts here, with one on the left reminding families that their Sunbucks are arriving. The one on the right reminds families that the Sunbucks 2026 application will close on August 31st, 2026. As always, we welcome liking, sharing, reposting, and commenting on these social media posts to spread the word about Sunbucks. Next slide, please. Last time around, we shared a poll where we asked for audience feedback on what folks would like to see in our webinars. Some respondents asked to share some best outreach practices to inform clients about the Sunbucks program and eligibility. So here they are. To start with, let's talk about how to put together the messaging. CDSS recommends using the use of clear, simple, and positive language. Keeping things clear and simple makes it easier for families to understand the most important aspects of the messaging. Conversely, complex or confusing language makes it less likely that families will read through the information at all. Keeping things positive can also help reduce stigma around using the benefits. We believe that all kids deserve to have food on the table, so we don't want to use language that will make families feel ashamed of using the benefits. We want Sunbucks to be fun. This is why we try to use bright, vibrant colors, fun images, and symbols, and refer to our participants in positive ways with words like families and kids. In terms of content, there are a couple of key items worth emphasizing. Sunbucks gives eligible kids $120 to buy food. Families can submit UBA or school meal application to their child's school for 2026 Sunbucks benefits, and the deadline to apply is August 31st, 2026. Families can also call the Sunbucks helpline at 877-328-9677 to answer eligibility questions, help with PIN setup, address updates, and much more. Another important note is that Sunbucks benefits expire 122 days after the funds are loaded onto the card. Any money left after 122 days will expire and cannot be put back on the card. Don't wait to use your benefits. Depending on what you're making and who you're working with, you don't necessarily need to include all of these bullet points. You may adjust your messaging depending on who you are working with. For example, if you are an organization that works with CalFresh recipients, the information about the application deadline is less relevant because CalFresh recipients get Sunbucks automatically. Since there's value in keeping things short and sweet, feel free to focus on the particular bullet points that you feel are most relevant to the folks you work with. After all, you all are the experts on what is most relevant to your local communities. Next slide, please. Now, the next few slides share our most recent 2026 card usage and status data. Next slide, please. As of July 12, 2026, CDSS has mailed over 3.7 million cards with a loaded benefits value of $451 million. Families have pinned over 2.3 million cards for a pin rate of 63.7%. The value of the benefits on the pinned cards is over $287 million. Of those benefits, families have spent over $240 million, which is approximately 83.6% of the value of the pinned cards. Next slide, please. On this slide, we have 2024 through 2026 card pin trends. Since Sunbucks cards can only be used after being pinned, the pin trend served as a good measure of how families are starting to utilize their Sunbucks benefits. Our 2024 final PIN rate was 77%. Our final 2025 PIN rate was 80.4%. Now we've added in our third line in the avocado color for the 2026 PIN rate, and as of July 12, 2026, our PIN rate is 63.7%. We expect to see an increase in the PIN rate moving forward, especially with our ongoing and upcoming outreach campaigns. Next slide, please. On this slide, you can find the 2024 to 2026 year-over-year comparisons of number of mailed and pinned cards, as well as the amount of benefits spent as of July 13th. Each chart goes chronologically from left to right, starting with 2024 and ending with 2026. On the left-hand chart, we're comparing cards issued and pinned. Because our cards pinned are always going to be a subset of the cards mailed, we've stacked each year's cards, mailed and pinned, on top of each other. So you can more easily see how many of the mailed cards have been pinned for each year. Moving from left to right, we have 2024 cards mailed in the turquoise color at 2.8 million, with over 1.6 million of those pinned in the lighter gradient. Then we have 2025 cards mailed in orange at 3.7 million, with roughly 2.1 million of those pinned in the lighter gradient. And on the right, we have 2026 cards mailed in avocado green at 3.7 million, with nearly 2.4 million of those pinned in the lighter gradient. This helps give us a good illustration that we are ahead of previous years in terms of the raw number of cards pinned, even though we're pretty similar to 2025 in terms of cards mailed. We've been steadily starting earlier in each year of the program. In 2024, we started mailing on May 24th. In 2025, we started on May 19th. And in 2026, we started May 18th. This helps explain why the 2024 numbers are lower than 25 and 26. The 2025 and 2026 numbers of cards mailed are quite similar, because in both years we had completed stage 1 issuances by this point and had just begun with stage 2. On the right-hand chart, we're comparing benefits spent so far in 2026 compared to the same time frame in 2025 and 2024. Moving from left to right, we've got 2024 benefits spent in turquoise at $162 million, followed by 2025 benefits spent in orange at over $205 million, followed by 2026 benefits spent in avocado green at over $240 million. So compared to last year, folks have spent roughly an extra $35 million in benefits. With that said, I will hand it to Giselle to talk about our customer service. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Bernardo. Hi, everyone. My name is Giselle Sangolki Bolanos, and I'm an analyst on the Sunbucks team. And now let's look at Sunbucks customer service. Next slide, please. Customer service is a huge piece to the success of the Sunbucks program. Please remember our helpline number is 877-328-9677, and it is a free service. We share the helpline number in the Sunbucks card mailer, on the back of the Sunbucks card, and on our website. The call center helps families with both general and complex eligibility questions, demographic updates such as address changes, PIN setup, and car replacements. The call center can also assist with identifying expungement dates and escalate calls to CDSS or CDE as necessary. The helpline provides automated support 24 hours a day, 7 days per week. Live agents are also available Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. Keep in mind that the Sandbox option is not the first one listed. It takes some time for the automated phone tree to get to the Sandbox option. When calling the helpline, families will need to listen carefully to the different dial options from the menu and make the appropriate choices. Next slide, please. Now, we'll share some data on the calls received in the month of June. The first graph shows the total numbers of calls received in June, broken down by language for a total of 136,862 calls. The second graph shows the 5 largest types of calls received for the month of June. Car mailing status with 24,686 calls. Eligibility question with 23,796 calls. Car reissue address change with 20,890 calls. Demographic change with 19,073 calls. And finally, car lost or stolen with 1,676 calls. Next slide, please. Okay. We also have a few important reminders here. Applications for Sandbox 2026 are still open. Families can submit a UBA or a school meal application to their child's school for 2026 Sandbox benefits. The deadline to apply is August 31st, 2026, regardless of which application form they use. Families are encouraged to keep their address updated with their child's school and/or the county social service office. This helps ensure that their Sandbox card is mailed to the correct address. If a child receives more than one card, families must report the duplicate card to the helpline and destroy the duplicate card. Last but not least, Sandbox benefits expire 122 days after the funds are loaded onto the card. Any money left after 122 days will expire and cannot be put on the card. Therefore, don't wait to use your benefits. With that said, I will hand it back to Shenshen. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Giselle. Hello again. Please note that Sandbox isn't the only food program for families. Kids who get Sandbox can also participate in other nutrition programs such as CalFresh and summer meal programs. Remember, Sandbox, getting and using Sandbox does not affect your ability to participate in any other program. If you would like to learn more, please go to the CDSS Sandbox website and click on the various program links under Other Nutrition Resources, as shown on the slide. We'll also share the link in the chat. Next slide, please. A quick reminder that this webinar has been recorded. A link to all presentation materials will be published on the website once available. Please note that these require time and patience for ADA accessibility and translation. You can find recordings from our prior stakeholder webinars on a Sandbox playlist as part of the CDSS YouTube channel. You can see the link on the slide. Now we'll move into the Q&A session. What questions do you have? You can still ask questions by using the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen, and we'll respond as soon as we can. For now, I'll go over the questions that have already been asked and answered throughout the webinar. Our first question was, is there a social media calendar toolkit with social media post templates? And the answer is yes. We do have templates for our various social media campaigns, complete with schedules. And we're going to share the link in the chat. The next question is, when submitting applications for the month of July, do I need to submit for all year, including the current month, or only the current month? And the answer is, if you have previously submitted data in prior months, you do not need to resubmit those records. However, if the July submission will be the first for your district, then you would submit all eligible records from the eligibility period. The next question, will duplicated be filtered out? And the answer is yes. CDE will deduplicate data submitted for children that have already been identified as eligible. Our next question is, any numbers, statistics regarding stolen sunbucks specifically associated with the alerts that they are coming? And the answer is, we do have statistics on self-reported lost and stolen benefits at 1,676 during the month of June. However, this number is self-reported by callers to our call center and have not been fully verified by the Sunbucks team at this point. The next question is, when providing the UBA form to families, are LEAs able to determine which forms to include? The current packet is quite lengthy, so I was wondering if there are any forms that are optional or can be omitted. And the answer is, the UBA template provided by CDE includes all fields that are required by the USDA. LEAs can streamline the layout of the application, but it must include all required components. The next question. When a student is streamlined certified, does the LEA have to report anything into the Education Data Collection System, or EDCS? We are receiving multiple calls from parents who say that they spoke to Sunbucks and their student is not on the list. But one student is checked, the student is directly certified. And the answer is, children who are directly certified via CalPads do not need to be reported to EDCS. If a child is directly certified via a local level direct certification match, that record does not need to be uploaded to EDCS. Next question. Our district is receiving multiple Sunbucks cards at the district office. Why is the district office address listed for these students? When looking them up, the students have checked out of our district or we're unable to locate them. What do we do? And the answer is, Sunbucks cards are mailed to the address on file in CalPads. It is likely that the cards mailed to the district office are for homeless children. The CDE recommends working with the district's homeless liaison to connect with these families. So seems like these are all the questions that have been already answered, and we still have an open question pending answer. And our team is actively working on answering this question. So for anyone who still like to ask questions at this point, please feel free to do so. And we're waiting. I will read the answer to everybody once we get that. Thank you. I see that our team member is typing an answer right now, so should be ready shortly. And the question is, why did the student not receive a Sunbox card if they are directly certified? And the answer is, it is possible due to the lag in data transmission and the phases in which Sunbox cards are mailed. All children who are directly certified are eligible and should receive a Sunbox card. Okay, so seems like these are all the questions we have received, and thank you all. With that said, moving on to the next slide, please. We will host monthly webinar throughout the summer operational period, and our next webinar will be on Tuesday, August 18, 2026. Please be on the lookout for the invite. Meanwhile, for anyone who would like to be included in the Sunbox communications, please send us a request at sunbox@dss.ca.gov. Thank you all for your participation. We look forward to seeing you in August. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.